We went 12-3 on stream with it on Wednesday. I think this deck is pretty interesting. It's a cat combo deck with a lot of interesting synergies by playing the Aether, Vial, Ephemerate, Soulherder package that I'm so fond of. Where obviously you have the Saheeli cat combo, but you also have a couple of other combos of the Glasspool Mimic. And you can play 2 cats, or you could Vial in a Mimic or cast a Mimic to copy a Guardian to combo. But what's really nice is when you play Mimic as a land, and you have either an Auriok Champion or a Soulherder in play, and then you Felidar Guardian to flicker Glasspool Mimic copies Guardian, and then both Guardians flicker each other infinitely, and then you gain infinite life or make infinite power with Soulherder. So you actually have 3 infinite combos in this deck, which is pretty cool. Especially when you compare it to the Esper Inverter Herder deck that I was messing around with, which is very similar in concept. Only has 1 combo. That's honestly slower, anyways. I've only made 1 change for today. I want to try out just 1 Teferi Time Raveler in the sideboard over the Clique. I'll keep this. Yeah, that's a good point, Pike. You board out Champion when you bring in Sphere, so you need and you also trim on Skyclaves against Mono Greentron. So it's just you need to Mystigate less. Excellent point. And I'll also say this, that in Modern, I think that especially when you compare it to Standard and even Legacy, your sideboard cards are very different, where it's just you just slam them and they're just so good against specific archetypes, they're winning you games, That I think it's okay to have a little bit of anti-synergy if Damping Sphere is just wrecking your Tron and Titan opponents. It's just so much more powerful than every other card in your deck at the matchups that it's fine, I think. Okay. Interesting. I probably should play the Watcher. Mono White's clock's pretty slow. Oh, I was supposed to play Sacred Foundry though because of Archon. Mistake. Guess I'm taking Glasspool Mimic to try to infinitely combo with life. I was able to get Ballista next turn. Yikes. Nice to just have drawn no fetch lands. Pretty lucky. Also, maybe there's some Death and Taxes players in the chat. Death and Taxes players, have you ever lost a die roll? And if so, what do you do if you lose the die roll? Again, Thought Not Seared? Yeah, opponents playing cats of their own. Concede the match, yeah. Good answer. No, yeah, that's the honest answer. Just never lose a die roll. Easy. I'm gonna Skyclave this, I think. Probably shocking in Steam because of Archon. Saheeli. It's pretty good. I feel like people read it and go, what? Saheeli? If I put Saheeli in the title, I'm gonna get 5 people over the course of the stream who go, well, Saheeli? What does that mean? I just can't handle it. Too much pressure. Can you go 4 colors, your main question, and give up on the Auriok combo? I mean, you can. I don't think it's that good, though. The main card you would want is Birds of Paradise or Noble Hierarch, and I don't know, I'm not... the mana gets a lot worse, and it's a lot more painful, too, and having a painful mana base is inadvisable at the moment, I think. At least I wouldn't advise it. Don't have Ephemerate up because of Thalia, sadly. Think the green wall is stronger than Watcher. I agree with that. I agree with that. That being said, Watcher is kind of nice to dig for your combo. But I agree, I'd rather play the green wall and or Ice Fang. I mean, you could be 4-color. We have a 4-color mana base with this deck. You can still maybe play one Auriok Champion as a Court of Calling target. It'd be fun. Take Venser, I think. Yeah, you'd play an Omnath, but I mean, and it would be really good. But boy, is that card super boring. That's not a good reason to not play it. You would play it in 4-color. You're gonna stream politics. It's a bit. I probably should have retweeted. I probably should have quote tweeted Hassan. But there's a really popular political streamer who's doing a Magic the Gathering stream. So I copied and pasted his tweet and you know, said politics instead of Magic the Gathering. I think it's pretty funny. Maybe it's funnier if I don't explain it. Let's take this hit. Kind of hard to. Cat doesn't work with Kiki. It does work with Kiki Jiki. Sick. I would exile the Thalia if I'd exile the Thalia right now if I had white up for Ephemerate, but I don't. I only have 2 white. I don't want my opponent to path, so I'm just gonna go flicker my Watcher. And we go to 8 here, so equipping a sword doesn't kill us. They would need like, we could even block with a Skyclave, but they would need have land plus sword. I don't even think that kills us. You could nug the ball. Yeah, I also give them a token, which I'm not like too keen on here. If they just equip the maul, it's like a really bad tempo swing for them. I go to 1 if I don't block. I'm getting infinite. Now I'm getting infinite life next turn. No, I'm not, because I can't Ephemerate this and then cast the Guardian because of Thalia. It's fine. Simon, 16 months. I don't know how I didn't hear it. Looking forward to the Bukil teachings of aspiring collectivists. I will say, if I ever start rambling about politics, there are smarter people to listen to than me. I do have, things I'm passionate about. I do have opinions. I don't think I'm just stupid, but I'm not a role model. I'm an MTGO user. Would I 4-color version of this deck as a donut deck? I would, yeah. I would definitely do that. Sounds good. I did miss it the first time. I wasn't ignoring. Probably just holding up Venser. Attack with just Soulherder, maybe? Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm the one-issue fracking voter. Maybe this attack is way too aggressive. Could be. Oh, they definitely have path. This attack is genius because they have 100% to have path. Wait, what? How did they let me get a trigger here? Yeah, I mean, I've talked about politics before. We don't have like a no politics rule, but I'm joking when I say that this is a politics stream. It's a joke. I was worried about Felidar Glasspool infinite damage. I mean, it's also infinite life, so it just doesn't matter. I mean, that's probably, you're right. That's probably why. How would I even flash the Felidar Guardian? Oh, I was supposed to block with the Watcher. Whatever. Just Ephemerate Venser, I guess. Then we'll rebound the Ephemerate on the Watcher. So, I mean, Infinite Life wins this matchup, right? They're not a Yorion variant. Oh, that would be such a pain. Do I want Oust? I probably do. I probably do. I feel like I want to trim Saheeli. I feel like the 4th Saheeli is not that good. Like, we saw that we just had a bunch stranded in our hand. Yeah, I think the first Venser is really good. I was talking to my friend Dalton last night about how I think people don't play enough 1-ofs in Magic the Gathering in general. Like, in this deck, you're like almost always really happy to draw the first Venser. But like the second Venser has like huge diminishing returns. But it's an excellent 1-of in this deck. And maybe we should cut 2 Saheeli. It's an excellent 1-of in this deck. And it's kind of tricky to play like exactly the right, you know, figure out if the 1-of and if the 1-of, you know, fun of in your deck is actually correct to play, or if it's just like your pet card. It's very easy for it to just be your pet card, which is probably why a lot of people don't do it. They just want consistency. But I do think in general people don't play enough 1-ofs. Bad. All right, you'll be first in the queue for this week. Sounds very exciting. Please include at least one Omnath deal. Twitch chat is not the place to convince people. I agree. Like, yeah, nobody's really changing their minds in Twitch chat, or at least like an MTG, like non-dedicated politics Twitch chat. I agree. Everybody just comes in to dunk on each other and get into arguments and feel bad. Just not the place for it. That being said, if there's something I just want to say because I can't stop myself, I'll talk. But I do agree with you. I think we need to oust this. I'm just so scared. Save the Mystic Gate from a Ghost Quarter, although it's kind of bad against Archon. I'm not mad, you're mad. By the way, you're the only one here that's tilted. Yeah, I guess I'll just play the planes and hope my opponent doesn't. If they have a Field of Ruin, we dodge Field of Ruin. We don't dodge a second Ghost Quarter. They're drawing Arbiter next turn, by the way. It's like, I mean, yeah, Magic players just argue over every little thing, too. Like I say, I don't think MTG is an investment. Everybody just wants to argue about it. Did I hit my clue token? Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't want to argue about everything. You're the one that argues about things, not me, or not us. Just straw manning Twitch chat again. That was the funniest shit ever. For those who not initiated, you've probably heard people say "why don't kill" before. It's probably good to explain the bit again. But there was a moment where I was playing against something, I can't remember. But the thing is, like, I couldn't kill my opponent. I was so far away from killing my opponent, and someone in chat just said "why don't kill," and then I was just like, "Why don't kill? Why don't kill? Why don't kill?" You know, just joking, having a laugh. And then someone in chat goes like, "Wow, it's like really ungrateful to straw man chat like that." Or am I getting it right? Something like that. They definitely accused me of straw manning chat, but I was just literally repeating what they were saying. It was so weird. It was awesome, but it also spawned a meme, so huge shout out to them for giving me content for days and days. Legendary moment. Batter Skull. Yeah, why don't straw man? You don't even know what a straw man is. So straw manning is a logical fallacy where you represent your opponent's argument for them, and you do a poor job of representing their argument. So the idea is, so to straw man, you know, to say, you know, burn players, they just don't know that Lurrus is better than their 15th sideboard card. They just haven't even thought about it at all. They just have not even tried Lurrus, which is straw manning them. You know, I'm sure people have tried Lurrus and like legitimately believe the 15th sideboard card is better. And it's especially like when you're just arguing for them without anybody representing the other side. You see it a lot in the world, straw manning. And I do it all the time as a very toxic and consistently bad for the game streamer. Your friend, Aspiring Spike. I think I need to get these arbiters out of here. Yeah, really dangerous to strawman burn players because those just set things on fire. Need to auto yield to this stuff. Also, what is the 15th sideboard card in burn? I know that there's probably not like a specific one. Like you probably have fleshed out sideboard plans for all your matchups. But is there like a 15th sideboard card in burn? Containment Priest? Deflecting Paw? Yeah. I don't know. Fifth Bolt. Genius. I'll also say, especially because Burn like is a deck that does suffer from over sideboarding sometimes. It also feels like just another good spot for Luris, but I'm thinking about calling a truce with the Burn players. You guys know that I've been at war with Burn players for a couple weeks now, trying to convince them to play Luris as a companion, but just might be good to wave the white flag and say, I don't care anymore. They just play 14 sideboard cards normally. There's an empty slot there. Dude, if Burn players started doing that, like specifically to tilt me, which obviously would never happen, that kind of coordinated effort amongst Magic players is impossible, but it would be hilarious. It would be like just the best bit ever. Are there any modern Burn experts? I've asked about it. I've talked to Doomwake about it, who like does play not specifically Burn, but decks like Burn and sometimes Burn, and he agrees with me. Some Burn players in chat have come in here and then they've talked about how they do think that Luris is worse than the 15th sideboard card, and then when I told them that I disagreed, they left the channel forever and they've never returned, of course, as you should do when anyone ever disagrees with you. And since then, nobody's had the courage to speak up and continue the conversation since the mass exodus of the Burn players. Did we have a free block on the Battle Skull token? I mean, no, we lose a creature. I mean, it's probably just fine to chump block, but we also have so much life. It's probably better to chump block. Not literally free, though. I'm going to get the Guardian. I think the Guardian's pretty important here. More important than just unlocking my fetch. Oh, Champion has Pro Black. Sorry. We did have a free block. I was just thinking that the protection was totally irrelevant in this matchup, but obviously, yeah, you're right. You'd say I burned that bridge, yeah. Alright, this is my message to all the Burn players. I know you're probably not watching this. I know that you've probably left a long time ago after I was talking about Luris being a companion. Please come back. I'm done talking about it. I won't disagree with you again. I know that you all left. Please come back. I need you here. I'm a very grateful streamer. Baby, please come back. It wasn't you, it was me. Never left. Oh. How has Watcher been? I think Watcher is the worst card in the deck, but it's necessary. I think you have to play it. When did they equip here? I think Watcher is the worst card in the deck, but I think you have to play it if you want to have enough card draw creatures to flicker, or if you need to, just that actually. And then it also digs for your combo, which is pretty important. It's just like a necessary card to play. Kind of like Conclave Mentor in the Heliod deck. Alright, opponent, we have infinite power, infinite life now. So who needs to block Batter Skull anyways? Combo's a lot of clicks. It's like that is one thing about this deck is the combo is way worse to click through than Heliod. I thought I always yesed. Do I hit him with the twitch.tv/aspiring spike? I always yes to this. It's still making me click yes. Alright, I usually hate doing this. I usually hate going. I'm a streamer, by the way. You want to check out my stream, but if they're asking for the list, it's probably a good time to invite them over, right? I mean, I have to get this up to 30 power to attack with the herder. Also, maybe if I invite them to the stream, they'll concede. Because it's a different object I see. Can this clip command? Yeah. Please, we need to make sure all the burn players hear my plea. I'll delete my tweet about the burn players being Glee Max. I'm also ahead 4 minutes on the clock. As a burn player, I say I don't like that Lurrus is the right card to play against boring. I agree. I think that's fair. I felt the same way. I remember I felt the same way about Uro for a long time. I just kind of refused to play it because the card's so boring. Please concede, opponent. I showed you my combo. Please concede. So much to click through. I'm gonna need to wear a splint in between streams when I play this deck. They have outs. That's another thing is like they just can't. Oh, you know what? They can beat Infinite Life actually if they flicker Thought-Knot Seer with Eldrazi Displacer. Yeah, actually if they just draw Displacer, they can maybe win. Yeah, now I know how Heliod players feel. I have to get the Soulherder up to 30 power, right? I just have to do it. They need so much mana to win that way. I mean, they have a lot of mana, although they only have 2 colorless. But it's also like they do have outs to Infinite Life. If they draw like perfectly, they could draw Winds of Abandon. They could draw Winds of Abandon next turn too. Actually. Yeah. They have Winds of Abandon. Yeah, they shouldn't concede here. It's like obviously a little obnoxious. Like we wish that like they're like very unlikely to win, but they're not 0%. They're under 0 obligation to concede. Even if they are at 0%, while I personally think it's better for the game if people concede in spots like this, nobody's under any obligation to do so. You know? Nobody should be obligated to concede in spots like this. Alright, so now I'm going to exile their Arbiter. And attack with just the Soulherder. This way, if they do Winds of Abandon, I'm going to get the rest of my basics out. Typing here. How do they beat Infinite Life? Thought-Knot Seer plus Eldrazi Displacer. Can deck us. I don't know. It's kind of taking actions at random. they top deck wins, it's going to be such a tilt. Yeah, they also do have more cards in library for sure. But like Thought Seer Displacer like is a good way to like lock me out of drawing spells and just end deck me. And if they just draw wins and then draw the Thought Seer Displacer, they could win. They're like, you know, less than 1% to win probably. Is it win 7? It's 6. Yeah, it's 6. They get Maul. Please don't attack. It's so annoying to attack here. It's so annoying to attack with the lifelinker. I guess it makes sense. They should be getting the life. But now it's like this is not a lethal attacker anymore. So I should have gained more life. Oh no, I can deal infinite damage in combat with the Ephemerate. Yeah. Okay, and they were nice enough to concede. It's just so easy for someone to say, "Oh, well, I don't agree with your philosophy. I'm just gonna attack," and then you just lose. Could they block the Soulherder? They could, yeah. They were not dead. They were not like super alive though. More printing errors in the set. How bad is it? The other one, I mean, I don't think the other one was a huge deal. That like they obviously changed the card name and then forgot to get it completely right. There's just like so many cards being printed. It's hard to not make some mistakes. So MDC where the front side disagrees with the back side and the back side is cost. Oh no. Okay, Journey to the Oracle. Put a number of land hearts from your hand onto the battlefield. Any number, then you may, if you control 8 or more lands, you may discard a card. If you do, return it to the hand. Weird. Really weird card. And then the back side. Wait, what? It's actually 1 green. Yeah, somebody. I don't know what the back half of the card does. So there's 2 versions. The full art costs 3, and then the pack one costs 4. Wow, they haven't done something like that in like 20 plus years. Or I guess. Or it has. I feel like this has almost never happened. I know that it's happened in like Magic's beginning and Magic's infancy. Zordon, 18 months, welcome back. Help below, you're a best friend, perspiring. Ficus? I don't know what that is, but thank you for coming back. It's a long time. A year and a half. Yeah, actual pay to win begins. If you have the full art, your cards are more powerful. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Another card instead has the wrong name. Yeah, I saw that one. That one's like way less egregious. Obviously bad, but much less of an issue. Kind of a dope draw. How was Wasteland yesterday? I went 3 and 2, like a real F&M hero. People in chat have said that the true cost of the card is green 1. What do you think about the fixed library, Alexandria? It doesn't seem like it's a playable modern card. A cool card. Or not a playable one, I think. Yeah, mistakes happen. It's obviously a bit silly, right? But ultimately not that big a deal, I agree. How is opponent's deck not Lurrus? It is. They already put it in their hand. Alright, you can have your myth realized. I guess I'll just exile actually all their creatures. Or all their threats here. Or maybe it's better to draw a card first. Because I can flicker the Skyclave with the Soulherder, so it's probably better to draw like a card and get a few more options. Maybe it's even better to just draw. Yeah, let's just actually just draw 2. If we can double spell this turn, it's a pretty big game. And then with the Glasspool Mimic, we have no shortage of Skyclave Apparitions to draw into at this point. Oh, I didn't update the stream, or I didn't change the Stream Decker deck. Is the title up to date? I think it is. We're at 20 life, 22 life. Which our opponent had like a pretty good turn 2. So if I see like Felidar Guardian off the Watcher, I'll probably grab it with the Soulherder here. Oof. Okay, well I can't say no to another Ephemerate. I've never not immediately put Ephemerate into my hand. I'll also say that we have certainly entered the point in the game where we could just start taking game actions at random and win. If we find a Guardian off of the Watcher, we actually still make infinite life and infinite power next turn. There we go. We're absolutely in garbage time. That being said, infinite life and infinite power is going to be a pain. But we play Glasspool Mimic as a land, we Ephemerate Watcher, we cast Guardian, flicker infinite times, infinite life, infinite power. Opponent on Feather. We haven't seen anything that targets creatures yet. They also have Lurrus in their hand, so no. They've had Lurrus as a companion and already put it in their hand. I wonder if anybody's like ever activated this before it got a counter on it and have it just die. So is Arena not free? If you wanted to play casual, you have to invest money. Arena is free to play, but it takes a very long time to get decks if you don't spend money. And Wizards is the first company to ever do something like that. Kill my wall with a mutagenic growth? Sure. Guess that's fine. And his Lurrus mystery card. Will my opponent respect infinite life? Do we even need to show them the combo? These are the hard-hitting questions. I think I'm just not going to show them the combo. They're so behind. It's kind of unreal how behind they are. We're already effectively at infinite life anyways. Yeah, one of my old coworkers has like a pretty extensive Arena collection. It has never like spent a cent, but also, you know, spends a lot of time playing Arena. I guess I should have targeted Watcher, actually. They have bolts, it's kind of bad. We only really need to kill Lurrus, too. Maybe one, and my hand is saved from clicking roughly 1 billion times. So my plan for these kinds of matchups has been to bring in the Auriok Champion and 3 Oust and just cut Saheeli. Saheeli's just pretty bad against burn spell decks. And then what's really nice about this plan is we still have combos with the Guardian. So Guardian is actually still a good card without the Saheeli. And we also don't need to fetch red mana. Something to think about too. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back in a sec. All right, easy keep. Yeah, playing mono white commons on the ladder every single day, I just can't. I'd rather get a second job. It's, yeah, I mean, sorry, we just talked about this endlessly yesterday. I'm not gonna bring it up again. I think it's good to go Oust plus Vial here. I can just get another planes, right? Yeah, because we have 2 Vials. Yeah, always had the second land. Yeah, I think, I mean, the whole word being banned, the word ban being banned was just a bit, of course. And it's been, you know, changed for a couple days. What is mono? So the idea is that if you have a free to play collection, you can just play, you know, you just get to play a bunch of commons and grind the arena challenges and eventually build a collection. That's what we're saying. And in my opinion, like, especially as someone who does this as a full-time job, that it would just be a chore that would be, like, you know, less paid than minimum wage by a lot, and it's just not worth my time. Band is still restricted? Okay. I mean, you can undo it. I mean, I was, you know, I always kind of thought it was a little silly that it was restricted, but kind of a good bit. Braid has entered the chat. When you draft on Arena, do you draft against real people now? Because that was one of the biggest things about drafting on Arena for me, was that I really disliked that it was not against real people. Dude, Mithrilize is nuts. Card's broken. You draft versus people or bots? Cool. I think it's good. But drafting against real people, in my opinion, is much more enjoyable than drafting against bots. Bots had such a good draw this game. Big draw step. Not a big draw. I don't really want to run out the Soulherder into the Abrade. I'll just, like, you know, let my Vial die to Abrade and then Vial on the Herder. Yeah, Doogie, I think a rental service for Arena would be a good thing. It would be kind of perfect for at least specifically my needs as far as Arena collections go. Bot drafts were kind of toxic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's bot drafts are really good for grinding, though. I think is probably the thing, right? Remember you weren't. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I was qualified, I think, for the first Arena PT or the second one. One of them. And yeah, they like just weren't going to give us God accounts at first, but then with enough complaining, anything is possible. With enough complaining, anything is possible. So we draw exactly Watcher for tomorrow. We get punished for ticking up both these Vials, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Why is it Mithralized a red or black creature? Broken. Any creature to play this turn is such a good draw. Alright, that's a good draw. Can Ephemerate to gain 2 life. I'm probably gonna block Mithrilize and Ephemerate a champion. Yeah, opponents had I would say above average draw. I mean, we have also had a good draw this game. In this matchup, absolutely a good draw. We also still have Lurrus in the companion zone. Gwent was good. They're pathing Auriok Champion? Weird. Is that lethal and I just didn't count if I didn't have anything? Probably was. I don't think I'm chump blocking. We can just take 9. We're about to gain 4 on our turn. If we don't draw anything. I'm probably leaving the Vial on 3 as well. If I had a blue source, I'd pick it up. But we just have 6 blue 3-drops we could draw into. And if we draw a 4-drop, you know, we'll probably survive till next turn, right? So I say no to this one. Yes to this one. If we just draw any creature to put into play, it's such a good swing. Awesome. It's a great creature too.
That wants to go to you.
Hooray. So I think I'm attacking with my Soulherder. Maybe not. Maybe it's better to leave it back to block. It's about to be a 6/6 blocker. Yeah. Yeah. Should have attacked with champions? Yes, I should have attacked with 2 champions. Sorry, that was bad. It's a cool game. Lava Dart me. Very interesting. Light up the stage. Well, at least you have perfect info here. Crash through? Oh my gosh. Is that's gotta be lethal, right? Maybe not. Might have to chump block with a Soulherder. Into path? I can't. Oh my gosh. And they still have the Lava Dart. Yeah, I think we're dead. What a crazy game. Yeah, we're super dead. Let's say they had a slightly above average draw. Yikes. Wait, it's Prairie, I guess. Bounce the myth realized. Myth confirmed, yeah, myth confirmed busted. It's crazy. I keep this. I mean, our draw was also very good that game. Theirs is better. What's one nice thing about this hand that you might not see immediately is we have no red cards in our deck, so we don't need to fetch a red source. So I'm probably getting Prairie Stream. Yeah, path, it's not so good for us. Different white card. If I draw a land, I'm probably just copying Auriok Champion. I'm not sure if that's right. If I don't draw a land, I'm just going to play Wall first, probably. And Prowess is so good. Just best card in Modern. One nice thing about this deck, and which is also a unique thing for Jeskai Saheeli combo decks, is this deck has a good prowess matchup with all these Auriok champions. I don't think we've lost to prowess yet, although this might be the first time. Which is pretty unique, since like usually the prowess decks just stomp the Saheeli Cat decks. Myth Realize also an all-star against Oust. The tech to defeat the cat deck. Why do I feel like this is going to go really poorly for me? They bolt the wall? Alright, that is great for us. Plenty more walls where that came from. They have Path, we get super blown out here, but they would have cast Path last turn, I think. Would be mana efficient and Oust this. You think Modern has room for red-white prowess? What do you mean room? Yeah, I think red-white prowess will be good when Strixhaven comes out. That new card looks so good. Myth Realize is also broken, apparently. Punish for attacking. It's fine. To gain a lot of life next turn. Oh, thank goodness we drew the answer to Myth Realized. Yeah, we have no red cards in our deck, so we just don't need to get a dual land or anything. I'm going to leave these guys back too, I think. Maybe I should have played Wall first, but I also can't imagine not exiling Myth Realized. You don't get the feeling that Luminancer is very good as a regular prowess creature. It's more of a combo card. I disagree. It's just, I mean, it's a regular prowess creature with twice the prowess that doesn't get triggered off of Bobble. It's like people have played Blister Coil weird just to have a density of prowess creatures, and that card is like, you know, I mean, it is an 0-1 by itself. We could just be totally wrong about it. Couldn't you Oust the Myth when it attacks? Oust is a sorcery. But it's like, why aren't they getting red mana? Pretty happy if they like have to fight to kill this wall somehow. Start my wall, it's fine. If we draw Felidar Guardian, we gain infinite life here. Interesting combining. The problem with playing this card in a combination with, I think I'm gonna hold it to Fairy. Oh no, we'll play the Teferi, play one Vial. And plus probably? The problem with that is like you only have one card that combos with like your terrible main deck Storm cards, you know what I mean? They only work with one card in your deck unless you play like the 2-mana, 2/2, give everything pseudo prowess, the Magecraft. That just I think is too big a cost in my mind. I think Boros Wizard Prowess would be a stronger deck in Modern. It's too early to tell. Like one thing is a Prowess is probably going to be good against Boros Prowess because they're going to play a 1 toughness threat. Well, this is a big problem. But we're almost out of lands in our deck, maybe. Punish for not minusing the Teferi, potentially. Just take the draw 2. Could have been better. They're going to Lava Dart now. They're not going to Lava Dart. You have 8 1-drops that combo with the 1-mana cards, the Niv-Magus, I guess. That card also is kind of weak, I think. Alright. It's a spell at least. Yeah, Niv-Magus is just like... Niv-Magus is only good with the Storm cards and is not very good with like your other prowess spells. Like, I think if you could play, 12 of these 1-drops or something like that, the 12 of the white 1-drop, sure, it's slam dunk. I'm gonna block, right? We have another wall underneath. I'm pretty content if they Lava Dart here because they can't lure us. Yeah, they Lava Dart here, especially if they Lava Dart the Watcher. We just get the wall. Yeah, this is fine. Now they can't lure us next turn. I think that we're probably favored from this point. Like, our top deck should be on average stronger than our opponents. We're at 14. We have like a lot of lands out of our deck. We could definitely flood out and lose. Step 1. Oh, I should probably just have fetch to thin. Yeah, I'm pretty happy if they draw Swift Spear in a turn or two, or 2 turns. So it's actually, I really don't want them to draw a land here because then they just put Lurrus in their hand. I want them to draw Myth Realized. Same thing. So they're drawing Swift Spear next turn. We need to start pulling ahead though. We have so many good draws, or at least like I think we do. Maybe we don't. Soulherder would be pretty good. That's not a bad draw. Wall of Omens is a 2-for-1 here, effectively. You can file that in. Alright, good. I'm just happy to draw a couple spells. They're drawing Swift Spear this turn, so we're taking 2. Then they're... Wait, what is their last card? Do we not know their last card? Why do I think I know it? I'm blanking. Anybody who's paying more attention than me know? Take the Skyclave, I guess. I think I'm gonna take the Vial up to 4 and 3. Cool. So we can Skyclave at instant speed. We also can flicker this to get another cat. We're close to having infinite life if we just have a champion. It's infinite. We don't have infinite life. We lost the Auriok Champion. So if they cast a spell to make this bigger or whatever, we can go Violin, Flicker, Mimic, Copy, Guardian, Flicker, Watcher. Yeah, I'm just okay with Watcher dying. Yeah, we can go Guardian, Flicker, Shores, Copy, Guardian, Flicker this wall that's being targeted by a Braid. And just let the Watcher die. Maybe save the Skyclave for Lurrus. Never mind. Ephemerate the Watcher. Now if we find Auriok Champion, we can win. Okay, Felidar Guardian is infinite power. Unlimited power! Right. Yeah, I have no fear if Ephemerate is here, exactly. That was a good turn, I'd say. Let's see, if I had to quantify the turn as being good or bad, I'd say good. Rovis, 14 months, welcome back, appreciate ya. Long time. Infinite life next turn. Hit him for 2. Oh, we drew another cat. So I guess infinite life this turn. In our end step after the herder trigger. Man, this was a tough game. And it's like, not really over, right? Because my opponent might not concede. Hopefully they do. I'm probably just going to get the Soulherder up to 2020. for my own sanity. They might concede. We'll see. Usually think that's maybe just like too pessimistic to assume they won't concede. Oh, we also actually have 2 Guardians, so it's 1 less click because we don't have a Glasspool Mimic. Because you can't always yes to Glasspool Mimic, I think. To be honest, most people don't. Most people have when I've been playing. I don't know if that's because I'm an MTGO user. Yeah, but I actually, no one has made me like really click it through besides my last round opponent who wasn't dead to Infinite Life, you know. But maybe we'll have some interesting finds in there. Would you pay $100 for an unknown pile of random magic cards? No. But it's also, it kind of depends on the source, right? You know, it could be like a legitimate thing if just someone wanted to get rid of like a collection. Interesting. 1,000 cards for $50. I mean, it's probably nothing, of course. Just thought that'd be a fun anecdote. Very unlikely to be something. So we're probably gonna go. I guess we can go basic mountain this turn. You know, maybe I will just go basic mountain because we can get Prairie Stream next turn and our mana is really good, and we can just Violent Inspector and sack the clue this turn and Violent Watcher next turn. This is the mirror, but my opponent's choosing to play a Triumph. I think Triumph is bad. I think you just have too many tap lands. I was not expecting the mirror. I also like the red. The red is just like such a light splash. Your mana is really good even without Triumph, I think. Mr. Deck Tech, is it for you? Can someone just send me the Deck Tech? Or the link, whatever. I'm just gonna jam Saheeli. This is the mirror, they're not playing counter spells. I mean, they could be a version playing counter spells, but I'm gonna assume that they're playing my list with Triumph. I'll keep land number 4 so I can Venser next turn. How the heck do you run into a mirror playing this deck? Well, I'm a popular MTGO user, I guess. I guess we could Watcher, right? I'm currently the best MTGO user on the planet. By what metric? Yo, what was the deck tech I missed? Can somebody... Here, is this at the A... Quinn? There it is, thank you. You just yell at me when I miss. Is this Popper? No, this is not Popper. What format is this? Penny Dreadful? Modern. I see. Okay, so these kind of decks are really hard to do. Like the kind of kitchen table casual decks are usually very difficult to do deck techs for, since it's kind of hard to. Oh man. I mean, it's nice to have for next turn. I just can't combo off, right? I could have if I like had left this on 2. That's pretty good though. Yes, we can go Wall of Omens. Skyclave Apparition, Soulherder with the trigger on the stack of Ephemerate. I will do the deck tech for this. Just give me a second. It's just like it's just hard to know exactly like what the goal is for decks like these, you know, and you know, like a deck like this is like very clearly a budget deck, kind of a kitchen table deck that you've assembled. Not a very competitive one, but an interesting one where you're making infinite mana with your Guardian, Galvanic Alchemist combo. Your mana base is very clearly budget, and of course I would suggest, if this is a real modern deck, upgrading to 2/8 fetches and shocks mana base, but it's kind of difficult to, talk about. It's an RTR standard deck? Oh, it said modern. Okay. Thank you for saying that. Totally missed it. Pano Coin, thank you for Twitch Prime. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you. So next turn we can go Guardian with Venser up. All right, let me look at that under that. I know mindset. I don't know. This is gonna. I'm not in touch enough with the Return to Ravnica standard era to, I think, give much constructive criticism for a deck like that. I do love Return to Ravnica Innistrad standard, but I suppose it's probably just best if we could get a mod to refund, because I just don't think I'm going to be able to offer any constructive feedback. We do win if they don't have something, and I guess they could have Ephemerate. How do we play around Ephemerate here? Yeah, I think we play around Ephemerate by just playing Soulherder here and having them Ephemerate their Skyclave, and then we'll counter with our Guardian flickering our Skyclave. Maybe I was supposed to target the Watcher. Maybe they're getting me here. I want to get their Skyclave off the field so they're not just flickering it. Okay. The mirror match is super interesting, I think. Yeah, one thing I'll say, they've added a Triumph. I don't think the Triumph's good. I think that with 4 Glasspool Mimics, you have too many tap lands, and your mana's just good without it. So if a mod could refund, I don't know if anybody did. Just let me know. You got a job today? I've been unemployed for the last 4 years. Dude, I'm very happy that you've been able to find some solace in the stream. I definitely relate more than you know. Congratulations. I hope that it's a good chapter in your life. Did I see the new Library of Alexandria? It's an interesting card. I don't know how good it is. It really seems difficult to evaluate. Alright, so we win here. We have to get rid of the champion, of course, but easy enough. Yes, streamer, is there any reason to know for the win? If our opponent had Ephemerate, they could break up the combo. Which they still could, now that they have played Strand. Well, Auriok Champion does stop the combo, but we can, of course, Venser the champion. Just trying to play around things, but they no longer have Auriok or Skyclave Apparition in play, so I don't. Assuming they are playing a list that's similar to mine, which it looks like. That being said, they have a Triumph, so they have made changes. They have no outs, but they could be main decking Forces or something. What card Wishboard pieces would you like to have access to if you expect Heliod pieces? You can play Damping Matrix. That's probably the best card against Heliod. Torpor Orb. Also, if you went an out to Infinite Life, you could play like Elixir of Immortality, but there might be better options. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I forgot to Venser the champ. Let's do that now. Oh, don't do it, opponent, please. Why would my opponent be the one to make me click through the combo? Wouldn't you want to have a gentleman's agreement to not click through the combo? Okay, they conceded. Weird. My hand is cramping. I don't know how many times I can play this deck because my hand has been bothering me. I don't think I want Force. I don't think I want Oust either. I think I'll just play 2 champions as a hedge against like their Felidar combo. No, champion's actually just nuts, It's a pain, but it's actually just nuts. Probably just have to play 4. Apparently Night's Whisper is 3 ticks on Magic Online. Like is there like a new art, or is it just regular Night's Whisper? They could just have 6. Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously they conceded. It just looked like for a second that they weren't going to, which would have been obnoxious. Decided to keep the Riders. Yeah, the Riders were pretty good. We could honestly, maybe we should have cited in the Riders actually. This maybe would have been good. Yeah, I'll probably bring in the Riders for game 3, especially on the play. Riders seem fine. I'm gonna play Wall, blocks the Watcher, and then next turn we can go Watcher Ephemerate with a little more information about what we want to get. Maybe just play Saheeli too. All depends on what they do this turn. If they play Soulherder, it's pretty bad for us. So I guess we need to play Auriok Champion. Yeah, I'm sure Auriok Champions are still just silly expensive. If only Saheeli could kill an opposing Saheeli. Used to be able to do that. It is also cool that Saheeli is just a good card in this deck, where, like the other Saheeli combo deck, Saheeli is just not a very powerful effect. But in this deck, Saheeli is actually just kind of good. I've actually main phased the Ephemerate. Doesn't really get blown up by too much. No, you're good, Panda. It wasn't TMI. I don't know if you saw, but I responded to you. Love you too. Okay, cool. No worries. Don't worry about it. I need to always yield, always yes. I'm playing with my middle finger right now because my pointer is so cramped. Injured on the job. Knowing why Mox Titanlight is becoming expensive? I don't know. I'm not good enough at investments to comment. Yeah, it's my first time playing the mirror. We're up a game. The mirror scene is very complicated, as mirror matches often are, of course. The new Lorehold commander? I don't remember that one. Yeah, I'll talk to Esther about Workman's Comp. Posture stretches and Advil. I don't know how those help with... Probably stretches would. Posture is bad. I mean, all of that's good advice. All of that's good advice, I think. I mean, some mirror matches are really good. Some are really bad. I think like the John DeBeer match is one of the best experiences in modern Magic, honestly. John DeBeer match is awesome. Well, it's good to be the player that's drawing Skyclaves in this matchup. Skyclave seems like the best card. So can of warm water. Also good advice. I'm just not going to end the stream to do that, but I'll do so afterwards. I'm also, I mean, I have after the stream today, I'm getting vaccinated and we're getting the first shot at least, and get some other errands to run. But I'll do that tonight. Because I want to play this deck tomorrow in the challenge. Yeah, getting microchipped. Just think Bill Gates is super cool, I don't know. A friend of mine is getting a second dose today, which is really cool. My dad's got a second dose. My mom almost has hers. Yeah, extra 5G while getting the vaccine. Yeah, the whole microchip conspiracy theory honestly makes less sense than anything else in the entire world. Of course, obviously, I think I'm preaching to the choir. But why would anybody need to microchip you when you just have your freaking cell phone, you know? You just have your cell phone that would give any people spying on you more information than, you know, they could ever get from any microchip at like much less cost. You know what I mean? Just makes no sense. But also it's, good life advice to not try to make sense out of senselessness, of course. You just can't do it. Yeah, of course. Hey Emma, TGAF back to you. I guess we're gonna lose our Saheeli. Like, we could hold up Ephemerate to not, but it's probably just better to play a Watcher here. We've been getting real off topic today, which is fine. Sometimes it's fine to be a human being and talk about non-magic things. What would I play instead of the forces if you have to stay under 500 ticks? Probably like at least the third Avalanche Riders, maybe like 2 clicks. Maybe another Teferi Time Raveler, although that card's pretty expensive too. Maybe a third Rest in Peace too. Third Rest in Peace would probably be pretty good, because part of the reason you want forces are for the living end to match up. Though they have 2 Ephemerates, it's so nuts. Maybe we get to keep Saheeli? Probably not. Man, the mirror seems so complicated. Very interesting. I'm glad I'm getting to test it. Like, maybe we'll play against it in the challenge or something. Like, we're probably me and my opponent are probably the only ones who have played the mirror. They might combo off now. They don't have Glasspool Mimic. I guess they could go land Saheeli Guardian. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Pretty easy for them too with all these Ephemerates. Only to play myself for the mirror. One thing I'm disappointed by is I never got to play the Squirrel Blade mirror. I've seen other people play the deck, and I just never got queued against it. Alright. It's gonna bring in the 2 riders. I think that these should have been in here. Auriok Champion has just got to be so important to have. So what do we cut? I feel like Vial is real important. Teferi is really good. Every card is so strong. Yeah, I updated the list. I mean, I only changed 1 card, but the Stream Decker goes by when it was first posted, not how long it's been around. Or not when it was last changed. I even cut Saheeli 4. Maybe I could cut Auriok Champion number 4. I think 3 is probably okay. Less walls. I already cut 1. I don't think we can go less than that. I also cut the Thraben Inspector. This is the guy I gave the list to in game 1? No way. No, it's not. That'd be pretty cool, though. Did that guy come into the chat to say hi? I don't think so. It was a good match. What a weird hand. Obviously, we have to keep on 6. I think we put back Ephemerate. Seems very close. And we do have the Saheeli Cat combo, and even if we only draw 1 land, we can still combo off on turn 5 by flickering a land after Violating Guardian. That being said, this hand is super soft to a hand that can just flicker a Skyclave Apparition, which is, very elementary for our opponent to have, but I also think there's no way we can go to 6. I would say that we are pretty disadvantaged from this point. Vial is also a pretty sad draw. Of course, we would have much rather put back a Vial if we knew the top card of our library would be Vial. Rest in peace, Vancouver Mulligan, I guess. Is Auriok Champion's combo protection? Yeah, but drawing 2 can be really bad, because, I mean, this matchup is probably more about assembling card advantage and flickering Skyclave Apparition than it is about comboing as quickly as you can. So I think that if you just draw 2 Auriok Champions and your opponent double Skyclaves them, it's just not that good for you. You still want to have some number. And I'm of course, this is my first time playing the mirror, and I'm of course open to hearing different sideboard plans, just trying to explain my own reasoning for why I have employed the plan that I have. Sick draw. If we draw a land in the top two, we can kill assuming my opponent doesn't Skyclave my Vials. My Oppressor's Vials. Basic Island means no Skyclave this turn. Which is huge. Big news. Then we can Skyclave their Soulherder. Yeah, imagine. D-Sphere, Deputy of Detention. What a weird draw we have. I guess the land we have to draw for Saheeli has to be red. So maybe I should have gotten Steam Vents. I mean, Steam Vents is, you know, kind of sus anyways. Opponent knows we drew this for turn. Alright, we can try to combo off next turn. Oh, sorry, I mean, that's not true. Unless we target Auriok Champion, which is just, like, way too aggro. I'm gonna target their Soulherder. This matchup is all no we can combo off if we draw a land actually because we can Saheeli minus on Skyclave exile Champion, or we could even Guardian flicker Skyclave Saheeli exile Skyclave. No, sorry, we need to start the chain somehow. Never mind. Yeah, this is the mirror. My opponent has changed some cards we've seen. I guess the only other card we've seen is they're playing Jeskai Triumph, and I think Triumph's not good in this deck. Yeah, just Vial and Saheeli. Genius. Yeah, this is the first time I've played the mirror. I mean, this deck is pretty new. Like, I put it together Tuesday night. Played 1 league then, 3 leagues on Wednesday. Took yesterday, playing donation decks. Can I explain why Triumph is bad? Yeah, so you play 4 Glasspool Mimics, and this deck really wants to play Glasspool Mimic as a land. It's very important, I think, to play Glasspool Mimic as a land in this deck. They're exiling my Vial? Oh no, opponent. I mean, obviously we'll see what they have, but in my opinion, this matchup is all about flickering Skyclave. Yeah, so you play 4 Glasspool Mimic, and you really want to play it as a land so you can flicker with Guardian and combo off. So in my opinion, you just want to play. We have 1 Venser in the deck. We'll just be able to Vial it in probably. Don't think I need to get Steam Vents. You want to be able to play. No, not so many tap lands. Not so many tap lands. File in response to this trigger so that we get the Soulherder trigger. And this is exactly what I was talking about, where one player will have 2 Auriok Champions to stop the other player from comboing, but then the person who's like doing the things is just going to get to exile all their opponent's permanents. I'm going after their Vial here. And I think they made a huge mistake by not exiling. Maybe I should exile a champion. I only have 2 cards. Yeah, I'll just exile champion. Yeah, but I think my opponent made a big mistake by exiling my Vial. Like, they already had combo insurance anyways. It's not like I was going to be able to combo off. BCS? Roast my deck. Alright. Maybe I'll like it. We'll see. Yorion, Bring to Light, Scape Shifts. A reasonable archetype. I dig the main deck Madcap as a target. I'm into it. Doesn't feel like it costs you that much. Probably wouldn't be playing the Elvish Reclaimers. But honestly, I think that's maybe my only critique. Who has no cards in their hand? And like maybe the Reclaimers are just nuts, but I probably would be trying something else. I'm not sure exactly what. I feel like you've got a really good main deck. Just everything I see I like. I might sideboard Bajuka Bog. Or if you cut the Reclaimers, just obviously don't play Bog, but if Reclaimers are nuts, ignore me. But I really like your build, actually. I think 100% I was supposed to exile Vial because I was headboard combo off. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. 100% is maybe a little high. I also tend to prefer Gaia's Blessing to Kozilek in green decks. Also a very small thing. Sigurd is probably not that necessary, but it's like too sweet for me to say that you shouldn't play it. Honestly, your deck looks sick. I'm not sure exactly what you're supposed to play instead of Reclaimers, so I'm sorry I don't have maybe helpful insights there. Wait, how did they get a... Where did they get... Oh, they got off the... They got it off the Watcher. Well, I think I need to exile their Saheeli. Yeah, losing my Soulherder is a beating there. Yeah, I was looking at the deck. Man, this has been a long match. I was thinking that this... I mean, obviously the match has been really long. We should have time to finish the league. I have like an hour and a half before I have to get off, but it's possible we don't if we have like another match like this. We're both top decking. They don't have any top deck that just kills us, but Soulherder is like about as good as killing us. We'd also be so dead if they just exiled my Skyclave. It doesn't do very much on its own. Although they can... I know we have Wall of Omens to block Watcher without giving them the card. They might have attacks here. We've got a lot of tokens. Turns out they do have attacks, huh? So we can go block here, block here. But we're losing Saheeli unless we chump block. I think we just lose Saheeli. Anyway, we can get an advantageous block. I guess we could trade 1/1 token for 2/2 token. How do we win here? If we draw Soulherder, we just exile all their stuff. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, or Ephemerate, just exile their champions. Alright, I'm just going to play face up. Are you supposed to make a bunch of Guardians to attack through blockers and kill Saheeli? Then Skyclave the Skyclave and Champion at the end of the series? Yeah, probably that was better. Such a pain though, but yeah. That was such a pain to actually have to do that I didn't really even want to. Or I didn't really consider it, but that would have been the better line, yeah. But I also top deck the land. Need to always yield to these vials. Oh man. I need to remember to click always no before always yield. I feel like I do it backwards too often. So I could bounce my... Probably better to bounce my own Guardian here. Right? Yeah. Teferi's not a bad draw at all. The mirror is kind of boring, kind of entertaining. Yeah, it's pretty... I mean, it's pretty interesting, I think. A little too early to tell, like, how good or bad it is, probably. Probably way more interesting in paper. I really don't like them casting the Soulherder into the known Guardian here. They probably didn't think too much about it. Well, I even get to keep Teferi alive. It's kind of sick. Doesn't matter that much. But, like, they could have killed Teferi pretty easily. That being said, their board is pretty big. Wait. Okay, they have to stack first? Oh my gosh. Yeah, opponent's probably going to time out. I mean, I don't know. We've got enough time to finish the match, maybe. But they maybe need to be a little quicker than they are. Not that they're playing slowly. This is, you know, Clique Nightmare. Yeah, I think that playing quickly is definitely a strength of mine. Also makes me a better streamer, I think. I chose this island to go with the dog plains because I like the bright art. Everything at me. What does this attack mean? Why are they just throwing away their Auriok champions? 6/8. I don't understand. Just giving up. I just control Saheeli and win. Obviously, I've got, you know, maybe I just get, you know, killed off of strikes. Maybe that is what this means. I don't think I'm dead next turn if I start jumping. Yeah, maybe their attack was good. If I draw something, they're in bad shape though. That's definitely something. I don't have a Glasspool mimic. We get to gain some life. We get to do some things. So I'm gonna flicker Guardian for sure. I just get more triggers this way. But then what? Probably should just flicker Wall of Omens. If I could draw another creature, that's pretty good. I should be doing math, but I'm so burned out this game. I'm pretty sure we're not dead. Not 100% sure. Alright, that's a creature to Vial in. I'll just wait for combat. Blowing up their land doesn't matter that much. Oh no, it does matter because of Saheeli. Yeah. Can just cut them off of red. Am I gonna pay Echo? I guess so. I could just like Vial in things. Yeah, drawing creature, big deal. Did anybody do math and understand? Mimic Skyclave. Okay. They mimicked Watcher? Was that a misclick? The hell? I think I'm paying Echo. Does mean if I draw Saheeli, I don't win on the spot. Oof, what a draw. I kind of want to bounce that Vial and start blowing up their lands. You blow up 2 lands here. Just start doing that. So you can only blow up 2 lands if you have a Guardian in play, of course. Oh, did I stack my triggers wrong? I did. So now I have to target something else. I guess I'm just gonna exile their Skyclave. Actually, that's probably even better than killing more lands. But you have to let the target the Riders first in this spot, then if you want to. If your goal is to flicker Riders twice in a spot like this. But they really can't win from this spot, I think. Maybe there's some outs. We're just so ahead. They really made some very costly mistakes too. Rogue Dever is now playing Swift Spear in Legacy. Swift Spear is trained in all formats. Just the best card in Modern. I'm not surprised. The Soulherders will pretty quickly become so large that they're just not going to be... And we'll slowly... In the meantime, we're going to blow up all their lands and... Just have to make sure we don't somehow lose 8 minutes on the clock, which seems... pretty undoable. I guess you obviously don't have to answer. So we're probably playing against Titan. This is that's usually what House of Mana plays. Easy mulligan. Go to keep. Put back Ephemerate Soulherder, I suppose. Also, did all you do is add the Triome? I don't think the Triome's good because you have all these Glasspool mimics, but I could be wrong. Just a misplay. I mean, that was a very exhausting match. I totally understand making the misplay there. Can't imagine playing this deck 9 hours straight in a challenge. Alright. Turn 2 Titan. Make him show it to me. Dead on hand. Why the 6-card hand wasn't good? Our six card hand was 6 lands Watcher. Is this a joke? Or what am I missing? I would never keep 6 lands Watcher. It's worse than the average. Alright, well. Good beats. Turn 2 kill. Nice. Something like this. Honestly, after that super long match, I do not mind dying on turn 2. Yeah, I remember Summer Bloom being legal. Honestly, the only reason that deck wasn't banned sooner was most Magic players didn't understand it and thought it was a meme for the entire time it was legal. Like, like all my friends thought the Summer Bloom deck was a meme. Go to 6. Go to 5 again. Sounds like not bad if it rips a land off the top. I'm gonna go to 5. New spoiled card lets you steal creatures and Planeswalker CMC 3 or less for 1 blue blue blue. Is it instant or a sorcery, I'm assuming? Interesting. Alright, let's keep this, put back Glasspool, mimic Hallowed Fountain. But it's also mulling to 5. Venser is one of our best cards, so it's kind of nice to have it. Could they still Titan if you force one of those amulets? No, you need to kill on turn 2. You need 2 amulets usually. To actually kill on turn 2, you need 2 amulets. I believe. Gonna get red source. I don't think it matters which red source here. Nice to have Skyclave for that. Not dying on turn 2 this. Yeah, Ephemerate Venser is one of the best things to possibly do in this matchup. Good draw. Soulherder would be awesome. Probably just... That's Hassan's title. It's crazy. Do we raid Hassan? What a weird timeline we live in. Just want to Skyclave that. I'm not going to raid Hassan. Kind of funny to think about, though. If they have a second Dryad and land, it's pretty bad for us. They only have 3 cards. It's actually possible if they Summoner's Pact, we can. We have to draw a way to flicker a creature, but we have 2 looks. Because we're gonna be able to Ephemerate the Venser. Bounce one of their green sources, and then if we just draw another way to flicker. Rebound. Yeah, we need 2 ways to flicker, right? I know we have rebound. We need no longer. Oh yeah, we could still kills them with flicker. That works too. Forgot we had these. GG. Venser's so good. Alright, going to game 3. Going with the 3rd Force of Negation on the draw. I think I do. I'll cut the 4th vial, or 3rd vial. Kind of like 2 Force in the play, 3 on. His hand sucks against Titan. Opponent's mold is. What's the point of having 1 Vial? Well, Vial is worse when you bring in all these 4 drops and Force of Negation, so I just think you'd want to be trimming them. Damping Spheres too. But like you're still kind of happy to draw the 1st Vial in your opening hand. I think this is a mulligan. It's very close though. I like this hand more, I think. Oh, I have no white mana. Yikes. Alright, I think we still keep. Could put back Force of Negation. My opponent's gone to 5. Yeah, let me put back Force. This way I could try to I can try to just kill on turn 4 with Soulherder. Yeah, that 7-card hand keeper mole was really interesting. I think if I played like 1,000 matches of the deck, I'd know. Maybe not that many. We actually have no more lands in the deck besides Glasspool Mimic that doesn't tap for white here. Cool. Great draw. So now we have a turn 4 kill here. We have a turn 4 kill. Assuming my opponent can chump block if they have, you know, a chump blocker, a grazer. Although I will take Avalanche Riders, and then if the turn 4 kill is going to be good enough, I'll turn 4 kill. If not, we can flicker Avalanche Riders on turn 4. That being said, my opponent only has 1 card, and they need to have a 2-mana land plus a Titan. I mean, I think I'm playing Soulherder over Saheeli. I guess just 2 lands lets them trigger Valakut though, but then we can Avalanche Riders Valakut at least. Why turn 4 KL? I can't see it. So if you have Felidar Guardian to flicker your Glasspool Mimic, I'm taking Venser, I think, over Force. Kind of close. If you have Soulherder in play and you have Glasspool Mimic as a land, on turn 4 you can Felidar Guardian Glasspool Mimic and then flicker your cats infinite times, and then that is infinite power and infinite damage. So okay, so here we can make our opponent chump block Guardian, or sorry, chump block Soulherder. We can just blow up 2 of their lands, but we still get Titaned if they draw a bounce land and they have Titan. So yeah, I think this makes sense to me. Just make them chump block the Soulherder the next turn we can see. I wouldn't be doing this if my opponent was not someone I was, you know, on good terms with. Just asking if they want to chump block. Just to save time. It's pretty likely for them to have interaction. They have 1 card in their hand. They rolled a 5. It's not likely at all. Make it 7 just in case tight. My opponent will treat it like it has infinite power. They're not going to just double kill it with Valakut triggers. House of Mana is in chat all the time. Another content creator. It's fine. I trust them. Oh, because of Titan, so it can attack through Titan. I see. I mean, it'll still be big enough. But you're right. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, 4-0. 4-0. We trophied with this deck on Wednesday. So overall, I was going into today. I was 4-1, 4-1, 3-2, 5-0 is 16-4. Now we're 24-4. No, 20-4 tomorrow. If you run in tomorrow's challenge, I don't think I'm so popular that people are playing sideboard cards for me specifically, but maybe people will expect that this deck will be popular. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting Moderna and I'm getting my first dose in, like, you know, after today's stream. Can I see an Urza's Eldrazi Temple? Hell yeah. Don't cast Battery Shaper! Whew. Thank goodness. They don't have it. Thank goodness. And we even have our answer. Wall. Eldrazi Tron is a much, much better matchup than Mono Green. Murder Connell's I'm paying for you. I believe it. I believe it. I've had a lot of friends get the dose. They all have, like, different experiences, but I'm not too worried about it. You still can't tell if the Hassan thing is a bit. Yeah, is anybody watching? I'm assuming Hassan's playing Arena, right? What makes Greentron harder than E? Like Oblivion Stone, Ugin are really scary, and then Eldrazi Tron plays like just a bunch of derpy creatures that are way easier to beat. They're way less consistent at having big. Turn 3 Smasher's scary though, kind of. If only we had a Glasspool Mimic in play, we'd be threatening infinite power on turn 4. I think I'm going to wall here, or sorry, Soulherder here. We should be able to get the Soulherder bigger than Smasher next turn with the Guardian. Hassan isn't doing MTG yet. Did Hassan? Does anybody know if it's confirmed that Hassan is doing an MTG stream because of the MTG Congresswoman? That has to be it. There's like but I would like to make sure that I write about it, I guess. All right, Chalice on 1 is fine. We don't have an Ephemerate. That's wild speculation. Yeah, I guess fair enough. Fair enough that it's obvious, you know. Here's a song. Really popular streamer, like, you know, like averages like 20,000 viewers. You know, streams a lot of like political content and also video games and stuff. Yeah, and yeah, Wizards is sponsoring them to do a Magic stream today, which is weird timeline, right? You know. So we have an infinitely big Soulherder next turn, which is good against E-Tron. And then I guess the Soulherder's only. I thought it was gonna be a 6-power creature. It's only a 5-power creature, which can check the. Ooh. Huh. So yeah, with that draw, we could actually gain infinite life too next turn. Yeah. So if they attack with everything, they die. But they probably won't attack with Thought Not Seer. Alright, GG. I guess I could have Dismember. They would have already cast it though. It's better to do it with it's in this spot. It's better to play the second Felidar Guardian than a Glasspool Mimic because it's actually one less click to always yes to triggers from Guardian. If you Glasspool Mimic, you have to click yes every time. I think, or do you always have to click yes? I thought it was just for Glasspool Mimics. Maybe you ignore what I just said. Yeah, I guess you just don't. Bummer. Play Glasspool to avoid Dismember. My opponent doesn't have Dismember. They would have cast it. There's no point in playing around Dismember. I mean, I don't know. There's no point. They would have just killed us. They would have killed the wall that we chump blocked with. Infinite combo. Yes. Yeah, see, it is an infinite combo. Always good to double check, I guess. Yeah, I think this has been pretty consistent where your opponents see that they've never seen the combo before, and then they're like, wait, is this infinite? And then you go, yes, and they go, okay, cool, and they concede. Nobody has really made me click all the way through yet. I think I want all the Skyclaves, right? Yeah. Maybe cut an Ephemerate against Chalice deck. One more game, believers. One more game. It's a fairy for Torpor Orb. I mean, Force of Negation is kind of my thought process on that. Dude, look at this. Look at these odds. 77% on yes. It's good to have a chat full of believers. You'll love to see it. That's good. Do you think opponent boards on Chalice? Probably not. Maybe. But Chalice is kind of fine. It's not like Ephemerate. Ephemerate's so powerful, you know? Like, maybe they would trim some copies. Could see that being the case. Good draw. Seeing I'm a Believer in honor of chat. I'll sing I'm a Believer for 100,000 channel points. So maybe if you believed hard enough, I would do it as the channel point redemption. I'm gonna let that resolve. I think I'd rather just say Force for Karn. They also, like, you know, maybe they get me here by playing the mine. Which they did, I guess. Did get me. How do you define a life decision? So, if you're familiar with D&D, there's something called the wish spell. And in D&D, you can wish for anything. However, the wish spell will fail if you wish for something too powerful. So what I'm saying is, we can have some fun with it. You know, we can. You know, it's a goof. It was. You know, I made that channel point redemption option as a joke, like a year and a half ago, and thinking no one could ever get to 1 million channel points. But it's gonna happen. People are gonna get there, of course. And we can have some fun with it. It's obviously it's just a bit, but we can have some fun with the bit, you know. Tron with nothing to do. This is so sad. But you just can't wish for. So if you wish for something that's too powerful, the wish fails is usually what I say. Grixis control. Which one am I looking at? Like wish, life decision also lets you use an action. Yes, exactly. You can also cast an 8th level spell, but that goes without saying, of course. I thought that part was. Why is it 1 million and 2 points? Inflation. Inflation. My opponent just definitely has Dismember, right? 100% to have. I'm not sure Riders is the correct call there. Power word kills 9th level. I don't think you can wish for a 9th level spell, can you? When you wish? I don't think you can copy a 9th level spell, can you? Probably can. Yeah, what am I doing for this channel point redemption? Blank. You want your opinion on God's Shadows? Gotcha. Oh, no. Wait. Exile Watcher. Okay, this is fine, actually. So I'll do that in a second. Let me. Actually, can you just send me the list? I don't want to scroll through. Oh, why didn't I flicker the wall? Just losing focus, I guess. Oops. Would I recommend I play in the Super Qualifier or the Showcase Qualifier? I don't know. Good question. Wait, it's the Showcase tomorrow? I didn't even know. I'd probably recommend Showcase, I guess, if it's exactly equal. But I don't see that it's a Showcase tomorrow. There's a Super Qualifier next weekend. I see. I'll probably save it for the Showcase Qualifier. The Super Qualifiers are just all or nothing, you know. That being said, if your dream is to play out at the PT level, then you know, PTQ. Number 6. I mean, I guess I don't want to Vial and Soulherder. Into the... They gonna let me scry? They are gonna let me scry. It's pretty good. Weird game. Yeah, I just can't cast. I'll just Avalanche Riders on their upkeep. Which Tron piece did they play last? Does anybody remember? You had the win with Guardian. They have Blast Zone. How does the we can play the Guardians so they pop and then cast the second Saheeli? Oh, duh. I'm just gonna target the power plant. Yeah, that was the line. Sorry, I'm so focused on this channel point thing. Obviously, I should just do it after. They probably sack the Blast Zone now, which is why you want to target the tower. Because if you target the tower, then they just get to tap the tower, sack the Blast Zone. Yeah. I would just Vial the Guardian, target Saheeli, they sack the Blast Zone, then I cast the second Saheeli. That being said, if they have Dismember, I do lose to that. Oh no, Blast Zone on 1. I want to Vial in this Guardian and Flicker. Maybe the. Yeah, it's pretty risky. They might just like they probably, I guess if they have Dismember, they should sack them. But also, I don't know which list God Shadow is. If it's the 6-1 down, it's this one. Is Ivan 229 God Shadow? Oh yeah, this is the list. I've seen it. I mean, I took a look at this list. I don't really understand 62 cards. We heard God Shadow's explanation, and I didn't really buy it. I also think the second Swamp is not very good. I'm also not a believer in Creeping Tar Pit because I'm a hater, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, not really a Creeping Tar Pit believer. Wait, why sack? What weird play. But we 5-0'd, baby! That's awesome. Yeah, so sorry for taking so long in this. I feel like if I was going to play Valkyrie, I'd only play one copy, but I probably would play 0 Valkyries, honestly. I don't think the card's that good. You can't Tybalt from the graveyard off Luris, I don't think. I would get down to 60 cards, maybe even just cutting the Valkyries. I guess Creeping Tar Pit's important if you need to win games with this version without Goyfs compared to the Sultai deck. 3 Kolaghan's Command also feels like too many in my opinion. I'm not a fan of the main deck discard spells, especially I also don't like Serum Visions over Opt in a deck that's playing like very much at instant speed. I'm not a believer in Mire Triton as well. I would maybe just be playing the Madcap package if I was playing Grixis in general. I know that means you lose Luris, but I guess I'm a big fan of Unearth against red strategies, where you just where the red matchups revolve around Luris and you just get to Unearth your Luris. I also think so those are my thoughts on that archetype. Okay, 5-0, let's open the chests. If I play in tomorrow's challenge, which I'm planning on doing, the only reason I would not there's Valky. The only reason I would not is if I were sick or something. I'm gonna play Jeskai, and I'm very excited to do so.